So, folks, you're all very welcome to my final tip, number 14 of 14 tools from positive psychology to help you to maintain or improve your level of well being. So, the final tip is to go for growth. So, all of us have times of stress or trauma or loss or failure in our lives. And how we respond to these events can have a huge impact on our level of well being. So, we can't choose what happens to us, but we can always choose how we react to those events. Now, this isn't always easy in practice, but one of the most exciting findings from research is that resilience, rather than being a trait that we have or that we're born with, is a life skill that we can learn. So, we're all familiar with the concept of post traumatic stress disorder, but there's also something called post traumatic growth, where we can develop and grow from traumatic experiences and come out of those experiences stronger people. Now, I appreciate that some of us are struggling and some of us, our focus may only be to get through the next hour or the next day. But sometimes it can be helpful to shift our perspective to what we call a future perspective, where we imagine ourselves maybe 10 years from now. And we ask ourselves, well, who would I like to have been during that period? How would I have liked to react during the pandemic? Who would I like to have helped? And then take the steps to make that a reality. Because, as human beings, we are extremely resilient. We know from a physiological point of view that when we engage, for example, with exercise, we put huge pressure on our hearts and our lungs. And our hearts and our lungs respond by increasing their efficiency and increasing their capacity. We know when we lift weights that our muscles develop and become stronger to cope with the increased load being placed on them. We know when we do weight bearing exercise, our bones respond by becoming denser. And so too it can be when we experience stress and difficulty in our lives. We can become stronger mentally and emotionally from those difficulties. So a good question to ask is, what has helped you to bounce back from difficulties that you have already experienced in your life? And just to write down and consider the resources that you currently have. So that's my final tip. And just to finish off, I'd like to thank you all for engaging with my tips over the last 14 days. I really do hope you found them beneficial. I do hope you found them helpful. I would like to thank you for all your comments, for your likes, for your shares, and all your encouragement. If you'd like to find out more about the work that I do in this area of well-being, including my well-being challenge and my Flourishing Workplace program, please get in touch or log on to my website, ithrive.ie. Thank you, and stay well and stay safe.